Did we do this?
Check the security footage. Oh, crap. I told you to stop brushing its hair, Carl.
It's Carlos.
You shouldn't be brushing its hair.
But it's so nice. It's fluffy after I blow dry it.
You blow dry its hair?
Yeah,
Why are you blow drying its hair?
after the bath.
You're giving it a bath?
Stop calling Mr. B it, Dougie.
My name is Doug, and you gave it a name?
You gave yours a name.
How dare you?
At least mine's not a rat.
Nico, it's not his fault he was born that
And I
way.
told you shouldn't be reading to him, Dougie.
He can't go to sleep without his bedtime story.
For a pack of idle, thieving human beings.
My name is Doug.
Why you call him Nico?
Mr. B,
Nico's
who's brushing a mouse, you hair dryer, taking a bath.
We have to stop arguing.
Agree. We have to work together.
We have to erase that footage from the security cameras.
We have to hurry. Teamwork. Okay, Carl.
My name's Carlos.
It sounds so fancy.
It's not fancy, it's my name.
Well, Carl is shorter. Don't call me Douglas.
Carlos is my name, not Carl.
Carlos. Teamwork.
Doug.
Gotta clean the lab. You gotta replace the animals. We did it.
We did it.
We might want to just call some of the local farms and see if they've seen anything unusual.
And welcome to another episode of And Now Our Feature Presentation.
Where we don't just love 80s and 90s movies, we live them. I'm Carey Williams. I believe the magic is real.
I'm Josh Sanchez. Got my doubts. In order to save her sick child, a field mouse must ask a colony of rats for help with whom she has a more profound connection than she thought. Our next film is...
The Secret of NIMH.
Yep. Our first animation movie.
Yeah, it's a pretty scary one. I was pretty scarred by this one as a child.
I love this movie as a child.
I did as well, but it scared the crap out of me. It was released in July 1982 with a budget of between $6 and $7 million, and it scored 14.7 million at the box office.
It's pretty good.
It's respectable for an animated movie of that era.
Double-digit movie, yep. Gotta talk about our critic friends.
I mean, what did they say? What did they say?
Critics Siskel and Ebert gave the movie 2 yes votes in a July 15, 1982 episode of their television program Sneak Preview, stating that Don Bluth and his team had succeeded in their goal of matching the high-quality animation of Disney's heyday while also incorporating a deeper plot and greater variety of settings than other recent animated films. In his print review of the Chicago Sun-Times, Ebert gave the film 3 out of 4 stars. Does this guy never give any 4 stars?
I'm pretty sure that Don Bluth would have had to drive to his house and wash his car and his laundry maybe 3.5.
Oh my gosh, 3 out of 4 stars. So he gave him a 75%, calling it an artistic success, praising the quality of the animation, saying that it contains the absolute rarity among feature-length animated cartoons and an interesting premise. So only gave him a 75 out of 100. Ebert found that NIMH may not resonate as well at an emotional level with younger viewers, since it has too many characters and involves them in so many different problems that there's nobody for the kids in the audience to strongly identify with. I love this movie.
There is no character that should be removed.
There's not a single character.
There is nobody that's just there to be there.
Everyone was perfectly put in place, and I loved it. Even as a kid, I was like, this is amazing.
Yes.
We need to have more movies like this.
I was just dazzled by this movie.
Oh,
Like I said, even though it made me tense and anxious and it was scary, it was a wild roller coaster ride.
Yes. Siskel, writing for the Chicago Tribune, found the film charming, but stated that the narrative was littered with too many unimportant characters and that Dom DeLuise inserted too much of himself into the character of Jeremy.
He was perfect.
I loved Jeremy. Jeremy is the greatest.
Yes. I mean, there's nothing, I mean, he's meant to be slightly annoying, but he's not annoying in a way that you're like, boy, I wish he wasn't in the movie.
Yep. Despite this, Siskel found the film, particularly the second half, to be a genuine pleasure and felt that even adults will be drawn to the story by the end, giving it, of course, 3 out of 4 stars.
I hope there's one of these times where these guys don't make me angry.
So notable awards: The Secret of NIMH won Best Animated Film in 1982 at the 10th Annual Saturn Awards, where it also received the nomination for the Best Fantasy Film, losing to The Dark Crystal,
another one of the ones that caused my childhood anxiety.
Oh yes, I mean, if you're gonna lose to something, it's got to be The Dark Crystal. And in his acceptance speech, Bluth remarked, "Thanks. We didn't think anyone had noticed."
I love it.
That is just amazing.
That's tough guy talk.
Like,
right
I don't
there.
know a lot about Don Bluth, but just hearing that right there, that is, the dude is no holds barred.
Yeah, stone cold.
He is amazing. The film was also nominated for the Best Family Feature for Animation, Musical, or Fantasy at the 4th Annual Youth and Film Awards, but being beaten out by E.T. That's a tough
it's
one.
a colossal one
That's
to try to overtake.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you're only being beat by E.T., I mean, you can't be too upset about that.
In my research, even before we even started doing this show, this movie it really piqued my interest. And this, the rabbit trail that is the interwebs, the internet. I just was clicking on stuff, and I found a bunch of articles, and I found that this movie is actually based on a book. Mrs. Frisby and the Rats of NIMH is a 1971 children's science fiction fantasy book by Robert C. O'Brien.
And just to point out that they did change the name to Brisby, even though it's Frisby in the book.
Yes, they didn't want it's something to do with.
I don't believe they could get the rights
copy.
just to the name of the main character for some reason.
And again, in my researching, the Rats of NIMH were inspired by research of John B. Calhoun on mouse and rat population dynamics at the National Institute for Mental Health from 1940 to 1960. And I'm going to touch a little bit on this because I don't want to go like crazy in depth.
This is really
in depth. And this is like, because as a child, seeing that these rats became intelligent and they were able to escape and they formed their own colony, like, I was like blown away by this. And as an adult, rewatching this, and I was like I want to know more.
Even wilder.
This is even wilder. So, John Calhoun wrote an article called "Behavioral Sink," and in the early 1960s, the National Institute for Mental Health acquired property in a rural area outside Poolesville, Maryland. The facility that was built on this property housed several research projects, including those headed by Calhoun. It was here that his most famous experiment, the mouse universes, the most famous of which is Universe 25, was created. In July 1968, 4 pairs of mice were introduced into a habitat. The habitat was a 9-foot square metal pen with 4.5-foot high sides. Each side had 4 groups of 4 vertical wire mesh tunnels. The tunnels gave access to nesting boxes, food hoppers, water dispensers. There was no shortage of food or water or nesting material. There were no predators. The only adversity was the limit on space. Initially, the population grew rapidly, doubling every 55 days. The population reached 620 by day 315. That's all I'm really gonna say about this, because if you want to know more, you could just Behavioral Sink, John B. Calhoun. It is scary. It is scary. It is nuts. this mouse experiment.
They mirror it to like human population.
Because he was studying social behaviors, he theorized that this could happen possibly with humanity. And that's why the National Institute of Mental Health hired him, was to do some of these studies. And it is just amazing. So enough about that. We'll go on to, of course, we're talking about The Secret of NIMH. And of course, the creator of Secret of NIMH is Don Bluth. After graduating high school, Bluth was hired in 1955 by Walt Disney Productions as an assistant to John Lansbury for Sleeping Beauty. In 1957, Bluth left Disney, recalling that he found the work to be kind of boring. And hearing that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this guy.
Yeah. He's a tough guy.
It is amazing. And in 1971, there's a long stretch that he didn't do animation. But in 1971, he returned full-time to Disney and as an animator and trainee. And his first big project was Robin Hood.
One of my favorites. We'll definitely have to do that one in the future.
Robin Hood, it's amazing. On his 42nd birthday in 1979, Bluth resigned from the studio to establish his own animation studio, Don Bluth Productions, along with Gary Goldman, John Pomeroy, and 9 fellow Disney animators. The studio's first feature-length film was The Secret of NIMH, which is amazing.
It's a home run right out.
Yes, it's insanity. And in 1983, Bluth, Rick Dyer, Goldman, and Pomeroy started the Bluth Group and created the arcade game Dragon's Lair, which
so
is
iconic.
I mean, oh my gosh,
So
an on-the-rails game which the players chose between simple paths for animated cartoon characters on screen, and it was played.
Laserdisc. It's one of the few arcade games that ran off of a Laserdisc.
It's insane.
It is. The animation was just groundbreaking.
He made
for
a couple
that as
other
well.
ones. He made a couple other ones, right?
You have Dragon's Lair 2. You have Space Ace. I mean, they're great games. They're so simple. It's almost like a choose your own adventure that you have a split second to decide if you're going to go up, down, left, right, swing your sword,
jump or something like that. Yeah.
And if you make the wrong decision, it's just instant death. And then you just like you can be, your quarter can be over in 30 seconds or less. You know what I mean? So and even if you memorize the patterns, it randomizes. Left will be right. They'll invert things. It's a great game. I have never beat it. I need to sit down and actually try again. I can make it quite far in it, but it's one of those ones where you just like, once you get confident, you get frustrated because it's like, oh my God, I made it this far again, and I'm dead.
Yep. Now you have a recreated Dragon's Lair.
Yes, we have the modern arcade one up of it.
We'll throw some B-roll footage
of
it or something like that. The last time we filmed, one of our helpers, Christian, we were sitting around playing some of the arcades, and he sat down at that arcade to play it, and he hit the start button.
He's like, I don't think I can control this guy.
No, he sat there for about 5 minutes, not realizing that the game was playing because it looked that good. He's like, I just thought this was just like the pre-game animation.
This guy just gets killed a lot.
And he's like, oh wait, you actually got to control the guy. And it was the funniest thing. I got a kick out of it.
Every person that sits down to play it, I have to walk over and explain to them because they either think that the machine is broken or don't understand what the game is.
Well, enough about the other stuff that Don Bluth has done. Let's talk about some of the cast. Now, before we go into the cast, a lot of these people, go ahead, Carey.
Typically, we will list other movies that they're in, but sometimes there'll be people that aren't really in things that we're going to be referencing in the future. So we try to like more lean to ones that we are near and dear to us. I'm not trying to like bag on anybody that like they have a good, they've had a great extensive careers, but it's not stuff that we are focusing on. Also, something to point out, some of these individuals, when we're featuring them, may not have a photo to represent them. We try to always find a photo to represent them, but we are also trying to make sure everything that we show on screen is officially licensed and we're allowed to show it on screen.
Yes.
So if we're ever showing a cast member off and there's just no image for them, it's because we couldn't get a licensed image to show of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about the cast. So the first person up is Elizabeth Hartman, who plays
Mrs. Brisby.
And here's a photo of her. Walking Tall was
that is
the
one
only,
that,
the
and
only
it's
movie
technically it's late 70s,
70s,
so it's like
technically
it's just one that I was familiar with. And sometimes if we're not familiar with it, I'm not listing it. So if somebody out there watching it right now is like, oh, Carey, but they're in these other great movies, I apologize. And those are near and dear to you. It's just not one that's on our list yet.
We don't want to offend anybody.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And of course, next up is Derek Jacobi, pictured here, who plays Nicodemus.
He's from Dead Again and Gladiator, and oh man, does he have an iconic voice.
And the next person is Dom DeLuise, who is in a lot of stuff that we know.
We'll have to rattle his, like many of our other stars, he has an extensive list. You have Blazing Saddles, Silent Movie.
The Muppet Movies, Smokey and the Bandit 2.
You have History of the World Part 1, The Cannonball Run 1 and 2.
Yep, Johnny Dangerously, An American Tale, which
Another
is a
Don
one.
Bluth.
Yep.
We have Spaceballs, which is one of my favorite things he's in, is Pizza the Hut, Oliver and Company.
All Dogs Go to Heaven, Loose Cannons.
An American Tale, Five Goes West, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
And The Secret of NIMH 2.
Which every time I see that, I'm like, oh my God, how is there a Secret of NIMH 2? And how have I never seen it? I'm going to go ahead and guess it's nowhere compared to the original.
Yeah, probably. I've never seen it, so
the only time that I ever realize it exists is when I go to do something like this, and I'm reminded that there is I'm guessing it's a direct-to-video sequel or something like that.
And next up we have Arthur Mallet, who plays Mr. Ages. He's in Oh God, You Devil, The Black Cauldron, Dick Tracy, Beastmaster 2, Hook, Toys, and of course
The Secret of NIMH 2. I always love him from Hook because he's lost his marbles.
Yeah, he's lost his marbles.
Toodles.
That's exactly what it is.
That's all I'll ever know.
And then of course we have Hermione Baddeley, who plays Auntie Shrew.
I love her.
Lots and lots and lots of TV shows, and then we have, of course,
which is wild to me. These next two is people that it's like I'm always surprised every time I look it up, and it is Shannon Doherty as one of the children, who she's also been in Night Shift, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Heathers, Naked Gun 33 1/3, and of course Beverly Hills 90210, which she's iconic for, and one of my favorites, Mallrats.
Mallrats, yep, or in it really young, child voice actor, yep. And of course, the other one is Will Wheaton, who plays Martin. He's in The Last Starfighter, Stand By Me, She's Having a Baby, Toy Soldiers, Flubber, and of course,
Wesley Crusher
on Star Trek: The Next Generation. Look at this guy. All right, and of course we have Ian Freed. We don't have a picture for him, unfortunately. He plays Timothy, Rocky 3, lots of TV shows. And then, of course, we have John Carradine, the Great Owl.
Very iconic voice and scary in the movie as well. He's from The Howling, The Ice Pirates, and Peggy Sue Got Married.
Then we have Peter Strauss.
He's in The Nick of Time, lots of TV shows, lots of miniseries, and lots of TV movies. Again, not to bag on anybody ever when we say stuff like that. It's just it's not stuff that we're familiar with. Yep. So we list the ones that we know.
And then Paul Shinar, who plays Jenner, of course, another one we don't have.
But he's in Scarface and Raw Deal.
And then Tom Hatton, who plays Farmer Fitzgibbon, is a picture here.
Spies Like Us.
Lots and lots of TV shows. And then Lucille Bliss plays Mrs. Fitzgibbons, who's in Smurfette, Star Wars, Ewoks, and Scream. And then Aldo Ray, who plays Sullivan. Lots of movies
that we're not familiar with. And this is our first animated one. And some of these might be more difficult sometimes too, because especially early animation, a lot of times it's just people that didn't necessarily show up in a lot of live action movies. They're voice actors.
They're voice actors. And now let's look at this gorgeous press kit. This press kit.
This was one I struggled to get to, and I actually found it by kind of like misspelling, or actually I changed the phrase that I was looking for. Instead of press kit, I think I accidentally typed promo kit, and it finally came up. But it just has gorgeous artwork on the cover, just like the movie has all throughout it. And
his artistic style there is just
unbeatable.
Is a thing to it. Like just look at that cover. That cover is amazing. It's just unbelievable.
To this day, it still just makes me excited to see this style of animation. And we have our photos, and we have our little write-ups in it as well, like The Secret of NIMH to be released by United Artists. We have Don Bluth presents The Secret of NIMH. It's got the cast list. Another little details about Don Bluth Productions right here. You have a synopsis of The Secret of NIMH. We have biographies for the voice cast. You have biographies for the filmmakers. They have a little packet of production notes just showing off some details of the production of the movie. And then we have our little paper bag here of photos, which of course we don't have behind the scenes ones, but it's some stills from in the movie.
Look great.
The Great Owl, Jeremy, which I don't understand how Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel didn't enjoy Jeremy. I mean, maybe Don Bluth not for everybody, or not Don Bluth, Dom DeLuise isn't for everybody, but I really thought he was an enjoyable character. You have The Great Owl, he's a very ominous character in it. You have a picture of the man himself right here, Don Bluth. He seems like he's a pretty cool looking dude. I think I'd like to have a conversation with him.
From the answers in those interviews and from those those little things.
Little sassy guy, says what he's got on his mind.
Thanks, I didn't think anyone was... This is great.
We have a couple more featured pictures of Jeremy. So as you can see in the press kit, they definitely wanted to promote Jeremy as an element of this movie. Here's our little paper bag to go with it. And then this one had a nice little surprise along with it. I didn't even know this was coming along for the ride, but along with the press kit, we had a little cell of Mrs. Brisby from the movie, and that's a first for us. I was really excited to get one of these, and it's got its own little stamp, 1981 Mrs. Brisby Limited, and it's distributed by United Artists. They sent this to promote it to newspapers and other agencies. Super cool.
It's really, really cool. It's really cool because that artwork, it's so iconic.
And you can recognize the style.
You can recognize it instantly, and it's a lot of the new animations is so computer heavy, and it's not that there's anything wrong with that, but like
there's just something about hand-drawn artwork.
That hand-drawn style, I haven't seen anything that matches it. Not even in the computer world. There's like a thing to it. There's like a look to it.
It extends from the inspiration and the life of the creator. Mm-hmm. So it's like a lot of the computer-generated stuff, it just doesn't have that. You know what I mean? I want there to be maybe a stylized or an imperfection even. You know what I mean? Like instead of everything being just absolutely perfect a certain way or this is this stuff. Like there's just something about Don Bluth especially. I just love the way it looks.
So with this movie, I read somewhere that they actually had this new way of filming the actual artwork. And they actually were able to make it so like when the amulet comes alive and all, even the intro when you see like the intro come up of the effects of the lighting, that was a completely new technique that they had they literally invented that technique.
Probably what wowed us as children. We'd never seen anything like that before.
Just to have that kind of like brightness and
glow and the radiating of energy or light.
That was something that they like pioneered and put in this movie.
Gorgeous.
Because it was brand new. It was new. No one had done it before, and I guess they had pioneered it a little earlier than that, but they had put the full extent of what it could do in this film.
And they showed it off. This is like a tech demo tier thing. Like this is to show you what things should be like.
Yes. Some notable scenes that stuck out. I mean, this movie, from the opening scene with the mouse, Miss Brisby, and the bird and the cat dragon, there's instant action
tense moment after tense moment
from the opening
adversity
scene.
And things to overcome.
This is a great like adventure movie because it's this little field mouse who's a mother, and she's trying to protect her home.
Yes.
She's trying to protect her home. I mean, at first she's going to look for she has
a sick child.
She has a sick child, and she's trying to get medicine for the sick child, and it's this whole quest. She's trying to take care of her family, and you don't really know what's going on, really. It's like you're right in the middle of what's happening, of course, and you're following her around. Everyone's like, "Oh, we know your husband. We're sorry for your loss." And
there's this whole backstory that you don't know what's going on,
and it's written
They're
so
always
well.
referencing her husband.
So
he's a great man.
And it's like everybody knows him, and because they know him and they respected him,
they give her a pass
and
help her.
Well, you're with him, so yes, we are going to help you. It's amazing. And it's, again, like the inside of the Brisby home, that first time they show you that, just from like the panning of like the zooming in from the
music
outside
that sets it up,
and like all the detail, the amazing detail that they put into it.
When they play some of that music, it just almost makes my heart swell. Hearing like when it shows the love she has for her children and the ominous sounds and the scary parts.
And then the contrast, the phone call from the National Institute of Mental Health from the farmer, of course, and like you don't really hear their side.
You're slowly piecing together what's going on,
and I love that. And then of course, moving day when she has to move.
God, it's so scary.
It's so scary. And just like I said, the instant
Here
action.
here comes the farmer's tractor. It's heading right towards your house. What are you gonna do?
Yep.
We're panicked. Scramble, try to stop this.
And then of course Auntie Shoehouse pulling the hose.
I love
and the
Auntie
trail.
Shrew
Oh
too.
my gosh, yes.
She's a wild lady. And then she is a shrew.
Yes,
but they call her like she's kind of like a coarse character. So it's like
But she's
they call
literally
somebody a shrew
But
is
she's
like because
literally
they're
a shrew.
coarse.
She's really the
But
rodent a shrew.
And she's her fighting with those children.
Oh my
the
God.
children sass her, and she gets so enraged at them, and it's so funny.
It's so funny.
Because
Yeah, go ahead.
it's just like you don't expect. You're confused because you don't know what that dynamic is. Because she's almost like their caregiver when Mrs. Brisby's there, and there's love between them. But it's almost like the children and her hate each other.
Yes, you're like, oh, we got to deal with this again, kind of thing. Of course, the visit to the owl. Oh my God,
He's scary.
It's
when that
scary.
guy clumps through, and remember, she thinks that he's gonna lunge at her, and he grabs
It's the whole because she's like, I got to go visit the owl. They tell me to go visit the owl, but.
Great owl.
It's the whole. I think it's Auntie Shrew, or I think Jeremy, or somebody says, "Don't owls eat mice?"
Yes. I honestly think it was Miss Brisby.
It was Miss
Miss
Brisby.
Brisby says it to the person that suggests it to her to go see him.
Don't
Yes.
owls eat mice?
Yes.
It's like,
So she's going in there
gosh, yes.
for advice of how to save
her house,
even knowing that she could maybe not come out of there.
Not come out of there. And of course, the owl again, like, who are you? Like, and then it's like, oh, we knew your husband.
Yes.
He helped. It's all very suggestive. There's like
He tells her to seek the rats.
Yeah, it's like all very suggestive. He's like, okay, well, if you're hit with him, then like go seek the rats. They can help you. And it's like,
And I think I don't think that's an answer she wanted though either.
No,
because
no.
that's not somebody that she views as like somebody to be an ally to her.
Yep. And of course, the visit to the rats. Oh my gosh.
That's tense
Just
too.
everything about this movie. Like what I said, from the start to the finish, instant action, visiting the rats. Of course,
Mr. Aegis comes after her intimidating moment with one of the rats, who's basically a guardian.
Yes.
But he doesn't speak. She's trying to explain herself. He's stabbing at her.
Yes.
And then she gets rescued from that. And then Mr. Aegis is like, "What are you doing here?" kind of thing.
What are you doing here? And it's like, what are you doing?
Right. Well, I didn't know you come here. Kind of, they're
Like,
all
what are you doing?
confused.
That's what I thought as a kid. I was like, he's a mouse and he's asking her, but what is he doing there?
My favorite part cinematically in this is probably the elevator scene.
The elevator scene.
Whenever he takes her to that elevator and it goes down, and then it's in the water, and then they're going through the water, and the lighting, all those lighting effects, and then they get to the bottom and the water drains out, then they continue into
the whole animal sentient type thing where they repurpose human almost like garbage into their own stuff.
And this isn't the first time Don's done sentient animals. You have Robin Hood as well, like we discussed earlier.
So I love that, when they're in that elevator. It's so
cool.
Oh my gosh.
It is probably
so cool.
Every time as a child, that was probably my favorite part. I just loved seeing it. It looked so cool.
So cool.
And I loved little gadgets and they had rigged up this wild elevator. I do believe it was probably, I think Mr. Aegis was the one that rigged a lot of that up for them.
I mean, we can only assume. There's not a whole lot of backstory with what's going on there. It's just you're there, of course. And then inside the house with Dragon's food. So she has to go. She agrees to help them because they have to, put Dragon asleep. They have to put something in his food. And then we find out that's
when that eye pops open.
But that's when we find out that's how her husband died. Because she didn't know how her husband died until she meets the rats. So well, we have to go put in that's how your husband died.
And a cat named Dragon. It's such a wild name for a cat,
so
too.
So wild.
When his eye just rolls over and spots her.
Yep. And then the whole, the kid catches her, and of course, her escape.
That messed me up as a kid, because that was scary.
That
was really scary. And she's getting cut
on her arm, and she's trying to push.
And it's so tense. You can just, the voice actress.
The voice acting on that part, as a kid, I mean, not, you're a kid, you don't put two and two together. It's a person doing the voice of a
I don't think anything will ever live up to that for me.
To me, that was so intense.
The tension.
Yes. And she's trying to get out. It's just intense. And then, of course, her escape, she escapes. And then the fight between Justin at the end. That whole fight when they. Oh my gosh, it's just intense.
Jenner is just his sword. He has that like wild, jagged
sword, and it's just like I said, every character in the story.
You hate him.
Yes, every character in the story should be there.
Yes. So I don't know who they think is an unnecessary character.
Yes, and then of course the sinking of the house, and then.
Oh my God, that's tense as well. Because you're like the kids are scared. Auntie Shrew is afraid. Mrs. Brisby is losing it, and the tension of the pulleys, all the ropes and the mud, everything's going on, and like this rickety pulley system that they're trying to save them with, and it's like everything starts busting up, and of course, there's plans hatching, in the background, while they're supposed to rescue this family, and all of a sudden we don't want to spoil everything for you, so there's a catastrophe mid-move, and then the amulet.
The amulet,
The amulet scene, where again we see that glow effect. That glow effect, and the magic that you don't believe in.
Don't believe the magic is real. I have my doubts.
Well, that house got saved somehow.
It sure did. Somebody drew it being saved. This movie it's just watching it as a kid and even as an adult, this movie is just. It
just floods. It's like that Ratatouille moment where it all floods back.
Yes.
You're just a little boy again watching this movie, even as an adult.
Yep. And it's one of those, like, even as an adult, it's very, very, very enjoyable. Like I try to imagine myself watching this for the first time as an adult. And it's like
I feel like it would still impress.
It would still impress. Just even if you're not into the animation part of it, the story and the characters and the way they interact and the way it progresses, the movie progresses, and the adventure style where it's like I got to go do this and then I got to go do this and I got to go do this because I'm trying to get this thing done. And
I watched it with my family. I watched it with my mother and grandma, and as an adult, I've shared it with my children.
Yes.
And it's one of those ones where I always wonder, is this going to be engaging for them? Because sometimes, an older movie doesn't quite hit it with the newer generation. And that was one that definitely they were engrossed in it the entire time. And it was, one that I was glad that I was shared with them, hoping I didn't give them that childhood anxiety that I had watching it.
All right, let's go into what our favorite characters were. Of course, my favorite character as a kid and as an adult is Mrs. Brisby. I love all the other characters, and this movie is great, but Mrs. Brisby's character, to me,
she's a great altruistic person, or not person, but character. Yep. She and you can just feel the actress that the emotions that she gives to that character are amazing. I had to go with Mr. Aegis. He just makes me laugh now. He made me laugh then.
Great.
And the fact that he's in that cast that he bops around with, and it's so ridiculous because it's just this stiff-legged cast that he's just clomping around in, and he just seems he's one of those sassy old man characters. Like, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, and he has a funny way of speaking. He has his own inflection on how he says things, and I had to agree with Josh for my favorite actress. Though I didn't pick Mrs. Brisby, but I picked the actress portraying her as my favorite actor from this because. Again, I would lump this up with, I'll reference another one, The Last Unicorn. Both the, female protagonists in this and in that, I don't think anybody will ever live up to that for me. Those voice actresses that portrayed these characters made them real to me.
Yeah. Of course, I had to say this with care. My favorite actor was Dom DeLuise. So he's great in this movie. Dom DeLuise is not my favorite actor. And I thought even as watching this as an adult, like maybe, because some of his comedies...
He can be campy. He can be kind of cheesy sometimes.
Very cheesy, yeah. And so rewatching this as an adult, I still loved him.
I don't feel like he was...
loved him.
I think that might be one of the ones that, Siskel and Ebert thought was unnecessary. I don't feel like he was shoehorned in any way. I think he's somebody that he really brought something to it. He brought a little bit of silliness to an almost completely dark scenarios in every other element. He was the comedy.
Yep, he was the comic relief, and
being tangled in that yarn all the time.
Oh my gosh! And it's funny because the impression that you get is like they're trying to keep him away from the plan because they're like we need Jeremy, we need something to.
Do you remember when the children are tying him up? And they're like, basically, like, you know, like, yeah, we don't believe you.
He's like, no, I really
My mom would never send
I
you.
really am friends with your mom. He's like, no, I don't think so.
Wrapping around his beak and like he's trying to talk and
So funny.
the other part that I like with him, besides the comic relief, at the end, it's such a wonderful sequence when him and the other bird,
the bird,
crow,
yes.
are flying, and they're doing all these end sequence animations with the yarn, and it's an amazing way to end the movie. And they're playing in that song that they play throughout when the mother's love is showing, and oh my goodness, it's almost tear jerking whenever they play that music.
So good, it's so good. Let's talk about some of the props.
We have the the movies, like always. We try to represent it in all the forms of media that we can. We have the original VHS, which is the cover that I enjoy the most. It's the iconic one.
In my opinion, and I guess in your opinion, it is the best cover art.
I wasn't as jazzed about the DVD, which then translated to the Blu-ray art. I feel like it's lacking the style, it's lacking the heart of the original artwork. It gets the job done, I guess, but like to me, I joked with Josh earlier how it's kind of like, you remember going to like the store and they have like the generic version of a cartoon, like this is Aladdin, but it's not Disney's Aladdin, so it's got a more generic art style. And again, never trying to knock somebody, this just isn't it for me. This is where it's at for Carey.
This is the actual Bluth artwork, and this is somebody else's artwork. You can
just
obviously tell
it's almost it's like they maybe weren't able to have the rights for that art style, or
some kind of licensing.
But it is available on, well, not that it's currently in print, but at least this is one that you can pick up in a reasonable fashion. You're not gonna like break the bank to pick it up. So either stream it or grab it physically. It's a great watch. And
it's a great watch.
I don't know if anybody's noticed, but we have our little ominous friends all around us.
Some of the rats of NIMH that escaped. We have them here. We got one little guy right here. We got one here.
Hoping the red eyes aren't indicative of any kind of malintent. We'll say.
There's gonna be something going on.
I will behave. I won't mess with your little thorn bush.
We're not trying to rip. We're not trying to bulldoze you guys.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
yes. We'll be good. We'll be good.
And then we also have something else, of course.
We can't have magic without.
Oh yes, this a lovely recreation of the amulet. Of course, that's a lot bigger than what would have been for what
she would have been small enough to fit on
Mrs.
Mrs. Brisby's
neck. That would have crushed her.
I wanted to experience the magic personally.
It's amazing.
And you even have the saying on the back of it: you can unlock any door if you only have the key. Which in the movie, it would slowly light up with that light effect that is so impressive in the movie, as it scrolls across the back of it in like shiny gold lettering. And of course throughout the movie, whenever it would like glow and basically even levitate itself up in the air, the magic that Josh doesn't believe in, unfortunately. And it's getting a little cold in here, I think, don't you think?
I feel fine.
I mean, I think I better get something to just get myself a little more cozy at least. I don't want to be shivering on camera in front of everybody. No.
Oh my gosh! What is happening here?
Nothing. I mean, it's cold, like I told you. I mean, like I gotta.
You got a little.
You have to. Got to keep the head warmed in addition to the shoulders and the torso.
Now it's properly proportioned.
Yeah, see? I mean, like...
Oh my gosh, you're ridiculous. Don't tell me you're going to start levitating.
No, I mean, you never
attempting
know.
to levitate.
Anytime I get into this, like, might be clutch in a bad situation, you'd better to have it than not have it. And
it's ridiculous.
It's better to believe and not to believe.
It's ridiculous.
So,
I mean, I hate to say this, but I really have to go to the bathroom. So.
Josh, we're in the middle of a show.
What can I say? I don't know what to tell you. I'll be right back.
I guess this time. All
right, I'll be right back.
Maybe next time go beforehand. Oh. I mean, okay. Don't. Be careful.
Ugh, I can't believe this guy believes in magic or something. courage of the heart is very rare. The stone has a power when it's there.
I mean, I want to believe in magic, because, like, who wouldn't want to believe in magic? It's awesome. But I'm an adult, and I have to face the facts. I mean, of course, I do too. I mean, I want to be a Toys R Us kid, but I'm not a kid anymore. I gotta grow up. Ugh, what happened to me?
What are you doing? Oh
What do you
my
mean?
God.
I saved the day.
Oh
I
my
told you.
gosh.
I told you. Did you see it? I think it was glowing.
Maybe in your brain.
Man, it's a good thing I had this. I stopped some real problems. I mean, this show was almost over, done for.
Well, it is over, and we are done with this episode. We want to thank you for watching another episode of a Now Our Future presentation. I'm Josh Sanchez, and this is
Carey Williams.
where we love to do 80s and 90s movies, and we love to relive them, and we love to do all these shenanigans. We just have a blast doing it. This is where we roll the theme song.